The Hagia Sophia was completed in an incredible 5 years, starting in 537 AD under Byzantine Emperor Justinian I. It was designed to be the architectural centerpiece of the Roman Empire. For nearly 1,000 years, it was the largest cathedral in the world and the spiritual heart of the Eastern Orthodox Church. Its massive central dome was considered a marvel of engineering that came to define Byzantine architecture. In 1453, Ottoman Emperor Sultan Mehmet II conquered Constantinople. Impressed by its scale, the Sultan ordered its conversion into a mosque. Over the following centuries, Islamic architectural elements were added, including 4 minarets, a mihrab. The original Christian mosaics were plastered over, which inadvertently served to preserve the artwork for centuries. Following World War I and the collapse of the Ottoman Empire, the Republic of Turkey was established as a secular state. In 1935, under the leadership of Mustafa Kemal Atatürk, the Hagia Sophia was converted into a museum. This era saw the restoration of the Christian mosaics, allowing the building to serve as a neutral space where Christian and Islamic heritage were displayed simultaneously. In 2020, the Turkish government formally reclassified the site as a mosque. Today, it is an active place of worship. Exiting the Hagia Sophia through the spotless Sultan Ahmet Park, we headed toward the Sultan Ahmet Mosque, also known as the Blue Mosque. In my ignorance, I had confused the Blue Mosque for Hagia Sophia. Back on the street, we were waylaid for 300 lira ice cream cones by one of those tricky Istanbul ice cream vendors. But he was just the way to drag people into one of those very colorful spice and sweet shops that this city is famous for.
Hi, welcome sir. We come back.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you.
I went in to have a look and was offered Turkish Viagra, whatever that is. We made our way towards the Grand Bazaar. We were disappointed to find out that it was soon shutting down for the day. We had a somewhat disappointing pizza lunch and decided to salvage what we could of the afternoon by visiting the Taksim Square. It was one of my must-see spots in Turkey. Looks like they have a problem with manspreading here. We hopped onto the subway to head across the Bosphorus back to the Asian side. In the middle is the Republic Monument, a massive bronze statue of Atatürk and the founders of the country, standing dead center where the old empire and the modern republic meet. It was the epicenter of the Gezi Park protests back in 2013. There is still heavy police presence, but it did not feel intrusive. After a few mandatory photographs with the Istanbul sign, we hopped at a bus for the 40-minute ride back to our hotel in Arnavutköy. On the bus ride back to the hotel, we saw what a fantastic mix of the old and new Istanbul is. It's truly astounding. What a beautiful city. Next morning, the crew took off to go see the Grand Bazaar, even though Rumi was not feeling the best. I stayed back. In the meanwhile, we had switched hotels because the one we were in was booked for the night. While the rest went to look at the Grand Bazaar, I stayed back in the hotel. I ran from pillar to post and finally got in touch with my friend Pawan in Singapore, who's in the shipping industry. He put me in touch with his friend Kader, who's the CEO of a shipping company in Istanbul, and he put me in touch with this guy, Mehmet. Mehmet took me to the airport area, and we went from office to office to office trying to figure this out, but to no avail. Last breakfast together. The next morning, the rest of the crew headed back to their respective homes in Oman and in India. I felt a bit lost. There was still no solution to getting the Vulcan Mother back, and I felt very, very lonely. I could possibly make a half an hour long episode of everything that happened over the next day. But suffice to say that I somehow managed to get back in touch with a shipping company in Canada, and they put me in touch with a shipping company in Istanbul who would do the crating and get the Vulcan Mother back to Toronto. I spent a hectic morning running between the notary publics and the translator's office, which miraculously just happened to be 100 meters away from the hotel. I managed to get all the paperwork together to get the motorcycle shipped. And then the mad dash, the 70-kilometer dash from Arnavutköy to the shipping company's office in Sultanbeyli at the other end of town. It was mental. That traffic was mental. On top of everything else, there were kids selling water right in the middle of the highway. Once I got off the highway into the side streets in Sultanbeyli, it calmed down a bit. I'm so glad I saw this part of Istanbul. Very, very nice. Got a big smile from that curious kid. At the warehouse of the shipping company, I was greeted by a lovely mother and daughter duo who managed the place. The crew were very friendly and very, very welcoming. I felt the Vulcan Mother is going to be in good hands. Mama getting a final wash. All right, she's ready. See you in a few weeks, Mama. Thank you. It's been a hell of a trip. Thank you. Wow. You'll be good, okay. You're in good hands. I was finally relaxed enough to take care of a bit of grooming. Getting a haircut in Turkey. Karnabut koy.
Ama yapmadın sen.
The call to prayer. Last meal in Istanbul. Chicken and potatoes. Very yummy, very nice. From a restaurant just up the street, like 2 minutes away. Some of that amazing soft bread that the Turks have they made a fine art out of this bread. And some Effie spear. And there we go, last meal in Istanbul.